Hey everyone, so I'm recreating a recipe I saw on Facebook. So first off, they had 10 of these biscuits. Now they had a full-size tin. I'm making some just for me because I don't know if this is going to be good and if anyone will like it. And they just poured the eggnog on the biscuits with the lining in. Then they took the papers out later. I thought that was a bit weird. Then they made it all up in the container. I've made my own eggnog. To me it's more of an egg custard because it's so thick, but it tastes delicious. And I've just poured that over 2 biscuits. That's the first step. Left that to soak in, and then just want to break up the biscuits. So in the video they use like a meat masher thing. I don't have one, and that would be weird, especially if you normally use it for meat. I'm just going to crush that up. So far I'm not too sure about this. Okay, I'm going to get a spoon, and I saved these from my little fruit cups that I ate, so I'm going to use those. I think this might just be, maybe I'll just make one. Oh no, it's fine, I'll make one will just have more biscuit than the other. Okay, yeah, no, maybe just one, yeah. Right, biscuit in there. So mushy eggnog biscuit. Next step is pie filling, and I've got this beautiful blueberry pie filling my sister got in Canada. Thank you very much. Can't get it here. Used to get it in the international section of Coles. Remember taking photos, being like, oh cool, they've got this stuff. But then when you go to buy it, nothing. So pie filling goes in next. The original video had cherry pie filling, which would be delicious, but I do love blueberries. So this is a good choice. $40 if you want to pay for one off eBay. That's ridiculous. Alright, pie filling is in. Okay, just so far so good. Next step was some instant pudding. So I've just made this up following the packet instructions. Oh, look at that. I used actually 500 mils of milk instead of the 700. I whisked that by hand. Didn't feel like getting out the stand mixer. And I've realised it does say on it you can make an individual serve of pudding with 1 tablespoon of the mixture with half a cup of milk, but I've got a whole pudding there. And then I need another spoon. One sec. Right, and the last step, they had some Cool Whip, so I've whipped up some cream. Again, I didn't bother with the stand mixer, I just did this by hand. Yeah. And then I can't remember, but I think they had some Christmas sprinkles on top. I've got some that I can use, Winter Wonderland. So from memory, when I had Cool Whip, it wasn't sweet. So I've just done the cream without anything in it. I got these Winter Wonderland sprinkles. Got some in here because I was trying to get out the little snowman. Put some of them on. Ooh, now I've got a snowman on there. Look at that little snowman. And I'm going to put some of this special sugar on here because I didn't sweeten the cream. Ew. And make it my own. I'm going to do some of these mini Christmas Smarties. Oh, they might ruin it. I'll just do a couple here and there. There we go. Oh, look at that. That looks cool. Awesome. So this will go in the fridge for a bit and then I'll come back and taste it. Okay, so here's the original. You'll see she's put the eggnog on the biscuits, and now she's making up the pudding mix. And you can find this full video on Facebook. She mixes it for like 2 seconds and it's still liquidy. And then she puts that aside. Oh, I skipped ahead a bit. And then see, she's pulling out all the paper. She left all the paper in. Why would you just not take the paper out in the beginning? So the eggnog could soak into the bottom biscuits. Anyway, And then this is where she gets the meat masher out and mashes up the biscuits. I might have mashed mine a bit too much. And straight in the container, in the biscuit tin. Right, mash, 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 bit more mashing. Oh, I should have skipped ahead again. Yep, gotta keep mashing until we get all the biscuits. Right, so we skipped ahead a little bit here. Now we've got our can of pie filling, and she's got cherry, which is also delicious. Might be a bit tart. Yep, so a whole can of pie filling went in. See, I just didn't want to waste a whole good can of pie filling on this. And I'm sorry to the original creator, but I did not like. So now back to the pudding, mixing the pudding. Yeah, put the pudding on. And she doesn't use all of her pudding either, so I don't know what she did with the rest of that. Anyway. And then I think they set it in the fridge, and she patted the cat. Now I will say she didn't, if you watch the whole video, she didn't wash her hands between patting the cat, and there's no obvious signs that she's paused. Anyway, Cool Whip went on next, and then some sprinkles. And then we get to see her try it, and you'll get to see her tapping on the bench like it was some genius recipe. I'm sorry. I just can't help it. I just did not like it. Wait for it. Here we go. Yep, there we go. There's the bench tap. Alright, see you.